Nate Shellman.
Live and local.
News Talk KBOI Boise.
A gunman opened fire at an elementary school. At least 13 children were taken to a local hospital. 2 more were transferred to San Antonio. According to a Facebook post from Uvalde Memorial Hospital, 2 students were brought in dead on arrival.
If you're talking about it,
should the Senate consider a bill to crack down on domestic terrorism and extremism? Yes or no? We need to take the first step to fight domestic terrorism. We'll see where everyone falls.
we're talking about it.
Be a really interesting test today, not only of the power of Trump's endorsement, the power of Pence's endorsement, and the staying power of these election lies.
This is the Nate Shellman Show on the News and Talk of Idaho, KBOI, Boise.
Let's talk about what our government did. And I have the lady on hold right now. And we covered the actions of January 6, 2020 from this studio. We're happening all the way in Washington, D.C. And we saw a rally grow into a protest and then grow into a riot. Now, those are all 3 different actions, just so you know. Thing when you get a couple thousand people all in one area is if one person is doing something they're not supposed to be doing, everybody else looking out say, look at what they all are doing. Look at what they all are doing. And I was shocked when I read a report about what the sentence was for a woman whom I've met. I wouldn't say we're huge friends, but I know of her. This lady films everything. It's borderline annoying. I'm not going to lie. It's borderline. However, I was shocked to know that she was found guilty of 1 misdemeanor count of demonstrating, parading, or picketing in the U.S. Capitol building. I had no idea that was even a crime. Pam Hemphill is joining us live right now. Pam, welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
At the time, is it okay if I say how old you were at the time? Because I like to be somewhat kind about this.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, Pam has been fighting breast cancer, and you have been fighting it on all fronts. Tell me what shape you were in 2 years ago on January 6, 2020.
I had just had breast surgery.
Okay. Stitches were still in?
Yeah.
Okay. At the time, you were 67 years old.
Correct.
Okay. Why did you go to Washington, D.C.?
I wanted to support our president.
Big Trump fan.
Yeah. And I thought I could see the memorial, the White House. It was a Christmas gift for my family to take me there. And I love the video.
Uh-huh.
That'd be great. Everybody could see what's going on. And you look at all the Trump rallies, they're fine.
I've been to a couple.
There's never been Yeah. So I thought I'm just going to a Trump rally, and it's going to be fun. It's like you think you're going to Disneyland, and you're excited. It turned out to be a nightmare.
Did you have any idea that the rally was going to grow into a march?
Oh, no. No, I wouldn't have gone.
Did you have any idea the march was going to get violent from there once it hit the Capitol?
No. I couldn't get in to see Trump because the crowd was so huge.
Right.
And somebody said, don't worry, he's going down to the Capitol, and you're going to be able to see him there. And I thought, oh, that's great. I'll get there before anybody else does.
But you made the walk.
Yeah.
You walked a sizable amount for somebody who has just gone through breast surgery, still post-op. You made the walk from the rally to the Capitol. And when did you realize that it was more than just a protest?
I'm standing at the gate, and now I'm not on the violent side. I can't remember what side that's called, but I'm on the other side. And everybody's protesting like a normal protest. But there's a gentleman next to me, and he's telling everybody, and he's talking to the Capitol Police, that we're going to get in legally onto the steps. And so that's exciting, We're going to get on the steps, And because patriots aren't going to push gates and push cops. I mean, it was beyond my imagination. And I don't know what's going on the other side. And we'll come to find out within a minute. He starts pushing the gate, pushing the cops, and they pushed me on the barrier, and a cop helped me, got me on the other side. But I'm thinking, they're letting us in. I don't know. Everything was going too fast. So I'm telling everybody, come on in, it's your house. Thinking they're letting us in. You know how people try to get in faster than they're allowed to?
Sure, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking was happening. But that's not what was happening. So they put me back in and said I had to go back in there. And I said, don't put me back in there. It's a nightmare. It's a mob. But they put me back in, and I'm only in there a minute, and it happened again. And I have it all on video.
You took 19 videos while you were there.
Yeah, I interviewed the Proud Boys, and I don't know his name. I can't think of his name. The Buffalo Man.
Oh wow! Now we all know who the Buffalo guy is. he's quite the national celebrity. Did you make it into the Capitol?
Well, what happened? I saw people coming in and out,
Okay.
and now I know those people were the ones that were on the other side. They were letting them out on our side,
Okay.
but I had no idea who these people were. And I thought, I want to get close to the door because there's a police officer standing there. And I thought, maybe I can ask him, get close enough. Are we legally allowed to go inside? Well, I'm so close to the door with my videoing that I don't get a chance. I'm shoved in with people behind me. I get in and I go, oh my God, I don't want to go this far. And I sat down. I said, I've been pushed in. So I sat down. And everybody's quiet, peaceful. And I thought, I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to be in here. So I asked an officer to get me out, and he did.
And when did you find out that you were wanted in questioning? That you were in any trouble whatsoever?
They have a picture of me in the Capitol. Not till August the 3rd. Where am I? Last year? Yeah.
August 3rd of last year, because they have a picture of you in the Capitol. Were you punching anybody? Were you stealing something?
Oh, no.
Were you breaking something?
Oh, no. I'm on my video. You can see me. I just sat down. That's all I did.
You were just sitting there.
I was frightened. Well, I was frightened. I didn't know. I got pushed in. I wanted to make sure the Capitol Police gave me permission. I didn't want to just go in.
67 years old then. You're 69 years old now. And how does it feel when you hear a federal judge tell you, in some ways, when I see those videos, I want to give you the maximum? How does that sentence make you feel?
Well, I got to say, there's a part of me that understands how political this is. And they can't really see the whole picture. So I'm not upset at the judge right now. It's almost as if, I don't think, it's just like society is saying, lock them all up.
Yeah.
And they get little teeny pieces of what really happened. They don't have the whole story. There's two sides to every story. And I do look bad. I look like somebody that's trying to get everybody to go over the barriers, But you have to know me. You'd have to know I was confused that day. I thought they were letting us in because that man next to me is saying they're letting us in. See?
I tell you, I'm up on a break. Pam, I'm up on a break. Can you hold on for us?
Sure.
All right, Pam Hemphill's joining us. She was just sentenced to 2 months in jail and 3 years probation for her role in the January 6th riot protest. We're going to say protest because she was found, she pled to 1 misdemeanor count of demonstrating, parading, or picketing in the U.S. Capitol building. There were 3 other counts that were dropped. The judge also ordered Pam to pay $500 restitution. We'll come back with more of Pam next.
This is the station that gives you the voice. Now back to Nate Shellman on News Talk KBOI.
Federal prosecutors made a plea agreement with a Boise woman who participated in the January 6, 2021 siege at the U.S. Capitol. Pamela Hemphill was sentenced today in U.S. District Court for 1 misdemeanor count of demonstrating, parading, or picketing in the U.S. Capitol building and will serve 2 months in jail, 3 years probation, and pay $500 restitution as part of the plea agreement. The prosecutor said Hemphill repeatedly asked police for help while at the same time undermining their efforts, which made her case different. The prosecution played a video of Hemphill telling a police officer she had to get out of the crowd, so the officer had her stand in a safer area, at which time she told the crowd they could come in. While the police were trying to secure the doors to the Capitol's East Rotunda, she asked for officers to help her again, and they did. The prosecutor said Hemphill used police resources at a time when they were desperately needed. Hemphill will be allowed to voluntarily surrender for detention when a facility is designated. Debbie McAllister, KBOI News.
The case of Granny MAGA. Pam Hemphill joining us here, and you were charged with other charges. What other charges did the federal government want to go after you for?
Well, it's hard for me to remember now, but see, I still have chemo brain, and it really does affect your memory. But it's some other disturbing the peace, or I can't recall.
Was trespassing one of them?
Yeah, in fact, I thought this was trespassing inside. They said it was the lowest charge you can get.
What?
And they said trespassing is trespassing. See, once you cross that barrier,
Mm-hmm.
you were supposed to leave. And at that day, the way that's explained to me, and a lot of people don't understand that, it's trespassing. Period. Black and white. Once you go over a barrier, the police barrier, which how many of us did? 3,000. You broke the law.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm no snowflake myself, but at the same time, when you take a look back, and did you even have any idea of all the other damage that was being done at the time while it was going on, or did you have to find out about that later on that night or the next day?
It was that night later. Other people in the motel that I knew started telling me what was going on the other side. I thought,
Yeah.
I flipped out.
And here, Granny Maga's in the middle of it, filming, you sat down. You're telling me you sat down on a bench inside of the Capitol while all this was going on, and you're still filming.
Yeah. Well, I was live on Facebook. I wanted everybody to see what was going on. You know, I'm like a reporter. You know what I mean? I'm wanting the public to see what's
Where can the people see the videos that you took? Are they just on Facebook, or are they anywhere else?
No, they're just on my disc right now.
Okay. Is it okay with you? Can I put those on KBOI.com? For free?
Absolutely. I don't know how.
No, we got people that'll do that, because I take a look at what happened, and I see people who definitely need justice handed out. And while we can go after 3,000 people for trespassing, and that wasn't the biggest story of the day. You know, there were larger. What's that?
I have a video. This man, I didn't catch him, but the window got broke. But there was a man put his hand in the office and took out a book. And I said to him, "You put that book back. We do not harm the Capitol." And he put the book back, but he looks like a ninja or something, or Black Lives Matter. I'm not saying he's a Black Lives Matter, but he wasn't a Trump supporter. He took the book out of a broken window.
Now, he was going to steal a book until you shamed him?
I shamed him, and he put it back. I yelled at him.
That is such a granny. That is such a granny thing to do. I think
it was the Speaker of the House's office. Somebody said it was. I can't remember now.
I mean,
I don't think it was Peroski.
But you just went there just because you wanted to support Trump. That's it. That's all you did. You didn't break anything.
Yeah, it was like,
you didn't punch anybody. You apparently said a swear word, which I'm not going to judge you on, because I've said a couple myself. But my biggest problem is when the prosecutor said that these were not the actions of a citizen journalist. These were the actions of a rioter. I have a big issue with that.
The police officer pulled me over the second time too, and said, "Go to that officer." So it was a captain. I went to him, and I told him, I said, "I don't want to go back in that crowd. I got to stay safe," because I had stitches. I was just scared.
Right.
And he told me to go up to the steps. So I run up to the steps, but I get troubled. They stepped on my head, cracked my knee.
Oh, my God.
Pulled out my shoulder, broke my glasses, and then an officer pulled me off the steps, and I want to find him and thank him because he saved my life that day, you know. I'm really grateful for the Capitol Police. They did a wonderful job. They were trying so hard not to hurt anybody. But what did they do? They were pushing them and, you know, and pepper spraying them. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's your story. I hear your story. You're not.
Harm people.
What's that?
Americans don't harm our officers. We don't do that.
You look back on everything that happened on that day that you've been through. What would you do differently? What would you do differently?
Well, God, it's hard to say, because I really wanted people to I just wanted the video so the world could see what was going on. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess I would have got a press pass and got that kind of thing so I could be there legally. I had no clue. It didn't even come to my head. I don't think it came to 3,000 people that we were trespassing. It doesn't come to you. You know what I mean?
I hope I hope you never get a call saying you have to go to jail. I hope it never happens. Listen.
It's already too late.
Well, I mean,
I'm supposed to go to Texas or somewhere. I think Texas, someplace.
Seriously, you got to go all the way to Texas to serve you can't do it here?
Some kind of medical facility or something.
Can't you just pick up garbage for a day? You have to go for 2 whole months?
Yeah, I'm still under the care of a doctor for my cancer. I take oral chemotherapy.
Granny Maga.
I'm still battling cancer right now.
Well, you know what? Focus on that battle. Focus on that battle first and foremost. I'm going to keep on calling you Granny Maga because it makes you smile, and I'm going to keep calling you Granny Maga.
Oh, God bless you. That's cute.
Pam, thank you for taking the time to come on air with us.
Sure, and let me know how I could be a help.
You already are. We're gonna continue to talk about you. Just take care of yourself, okay?
Okay, God bless you.
Bless you, Pam. Granny Maga. Yeah, I know. She's not perfect, right? Trespassing. Yeah, okay. Well, let me break it on down to a federal prosecutor and a federal judge called this woman a rioter, and a federal judge wanted to sentence her to the maximum. Quote from Channel 7, "In some ways, when I see those videos, I want to give you the maximum." And I can't help but get ticked off about it. We'll continue talking about this after news.